Oh, those are the things I see in the chat all the time.
Yes. These are the magical bears that let us record podcasts.
Okay. I wondered for the longest, but I never questioned it.
Yes, this is the behind the baseball. These stupid Discord bots that suck and fail all the time, and it's the bane of our existence because our entire operation runs on them. So when they fail, it's always like a catastrophe. Sometimes it's just that's it, it's over. Because it can be hard to run a backup correctly. So sometimes we have to just rely on Craig, such as now is one of those times. But sometimes we run a backup. But even when we do, nobody seems to understand how to properly audio level a recording in our group. So the backup always sounds fucked anyway. And I have to like do audio jujitsu to make it work.
Oh dear.
It's a great time. Anyway, welcome to Issue Crew movie reviews, everybody. I don't usually do cold opens on this show, but there we go. Welcome to Issue Crew movie review. It's the show where members of the Issue Crew, such as and mostly myself, review films, and also there are guests sometimes. Obviously, this is one of those times. I am your host Riley, joined by special guest Harry Otter.
Yo, hi. Hello. How are
Uh,
you?
Pretty good. I believe your second appearance in the Riley Cinematic Universe after a very
Well,
short-lived Super Mario RPG Let's Play.
and many botched uh few recordings.
Yes, we've attempted to get together in the past. The Omnitrix Radio appearance that was not to be before Omnitrix Radio died and did not exist anymore.
Did you guys wait, this is a quick question. Did you guys ever finish the My Little Pony?
No,
Uh
Demigloom is bad at committing to things.
it's all
so
good.
we so we did My Little Pony. I don't even think we finished the first season. Maybe we got close. And then basically the pattern will be okay, I'm not doing this shit episode by episode anymore. I'll do season reviews if you want. And I say, okay, I'll do a season review. And then I'll check in with her every once in a while. Hey, have you rewatched this season of this thing yet? Whether it's My Little Pony or Ben 10. And she'll be like, no. And that'll be it forever.
Oh my. Is this the only show you finished and recorded entirely was like Death
Death
Note,
Note.
Breaking Bad?
Breaking
Okay.
Bad, I guess Breaking Bad technically we did that season by season rather than episode by
Okay.
episode
So you have completed
from the
stuff.
get-go. Yeah. Death Note we did episode by episode. I'm currently working on Power Rangers episode by episode, which is a long, tenuous journey. I believe there's not quite 1,000 episodes, but it's close.
God. Every Power Ranger season?
Yes, so we're going in order asterisk. We decided to do the new one when that was coming out. So we also did Cosmic Fury. But other than that, we're going in order. We're like 35 episodes into original Mighty Morphin and like 8 episodes into Cosmic Fury. We're almost done with Cosmic Fury. And yeah, we're doing like 2 episodes a show, roughly. We're doing some weird magic to try to keep the two-parters together a little bit more. So so 2 episodes an episode most of the time. Yeah, so that's the current watch along project that will last the rest of my life is the Power Rangers one.
Oh, I see. This is like random and dorky and nerdy, but like recently, not too long ago, I switched my notification sound to the fucking Power Rangers communicator thing.
Dude, I want to stop having a phone and just have an Apple Watch that's my phone, just so it can ring and it's that and it's on my wrist.
Oh,
That's
sweet.
all I want.
Oh, there's some cool like of the original Mighty Morphin like replica kind of. I don't know if they're watches or anything, but of like the coins.
Yeah, I've seen the coins, I've seen the replicas. I didn't get one unfortunately. I remember I went to Toys R Us like a fucking week before it closed or whatever.
Oh
So
shit.
everything was on like super sale. And there was some good ass Power Rangers shit, but it was just like too expensive. It was like I could tell my grandmother almost like felt bad because she was like, because she knew like this was a once in a lifetime opportunity, but it was like I can't afford to buy you like $100 worth of Power Rangers toys right now, even though they're usually $200 and they will never be $100 again. I just can't do that for you. And instead I walked out with just one little dinky $20 Green Ranger toy, which I still have and I like. But there
Oh
was
shit.
like there was a really cool set of like ninja coins and the Ninja Megazord that
Oh
were
nice.
half off. I did not get those. I was crushed. It was tragic.
No. Child trauma.
We're talking too much about Power Rangers. We were supposed to do. Me and Co Royalty were supposed to review Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie for this show, but then we just didn't. That seems to happen sometimes with Co Royalty.
Oh shit. That's a good. Well, I don't want to say that's a good film or movie, but it was a good Power Rangers movie, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Power Rangers is kind of good within its own like scope. You have to redefine what the word good means a little bit for
Yeah.
Power Rangers. Like, the thing is, like, I love it, but I understand there are things about it. There's these certain qualities it has that will make it like amazing for some people and fucking unbearable for others. Like that's what it is about Power Rangers. It's like the people who love Power Rangers really do love Power Rangers, but like there's some little quirks about it that the people who don't like Power Rangers are like, this is retarded. What's happening on my television screen right now? What are you trying to make me watch, Riely? Me, one of your normal friends who doesn't like Power Rangers, who you're now trying to get to like Power Rangers in vain, obviously.
No shit. I guess my like he's never really watched it, and I showed it to it one night because we were both like really stoned, and he kind of enjoyed it. He just thought it was like Saved by the Bell. We were watching the first season.
It is very Saved by the Bell coded. That's the thing about season 1 of Power Rangers is it's what if Saved by the Bell was superheroes pretty much.
But I think I'm kind of I would say casual. I still enjoy it, and I like the Japanese original. I always forget how to fucking say Tenkatsu.
Super Sentai is
Super
the
Sentai
blanket
shit.
term for the whole thing.
I think you're much more hardcore than me, for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm super hardcore. I've always had an obsession, but for a while, I just have this thing where I don't finish things. So for a long time, it was we're talking about 2008's The Wrestler today, by the way.
Oh shit. Yeah.
I just wanted to loop that back in, but real quick, I'll finish what I'm saying about Power Rangers. So I always had an obsession, but like because I never finished things, I had actually only ever seen like 3 of the shows all the way through. Like I had seen Mighty Morphin all the way through. I'd seen Turbo all the way through because I was so fascinated by Turbo. And I had seen Lost Galaxy all the way through just because I picked that one and was like, I'll watch that one. And I actually did not like it,
Oh, you didn't like
but
Galaxy?
I did not.
Uh,
Uh,
I don't remember too
um,
much. I do. I do. I did recently watch. I skipped Turbo for the longest, but I did watch uh, Turbo Power Rangers movie, and I actually liked it a bit.
Turbo Power Rangers movie is great. Here's Turbo. Okay, Turbo. The movie is good because the movie was still Zeo. Basically, like the shift in tone didn't happen as much as it did going into the show. And then when it went into the show, it was like, okay, we're reeling this back. This is for littler kids now. And like maybe we're going to make it serious or maybe we're going to make it funny and we're going to kind of internally argue about that in the writers room and produce a mismatched batch of episodes that can't decide what the tone of the show is. And also our star player Jason David Frank wants off this fucking boat right now. And we got him to agree to like kind of stick around until we replace him, but he's only gonna be in like 1 2 second scene per episode. So just keep that in mind. uh, So they ruined Tommy's character by making him like completely like absent and like terrible to his friends because he's too busy racing
Ugh.
cars. Um, and it's just a bad show that they fucked up. But then they changed the cast and suddenly it was great again. But since the first half is so bad, all of Turbo is like held in bad regard. But I think the post cast change Turbo is like unironically great. It's like a return to the Saved by the Bell sort of vibe. It's kind of like a run it back. It's very season one, and I like it a lot.
Oh, that's cool. I've been thinking about just going back and watching some of them. So
Yeah, the point I was gonna make is so I'd only seen those particular three, and I was just like, you know what, fuck it, I need to educate myself. So now, since like 2023, I've watched an unfathomable amount of Power Rangers. I now only have like 4 shows left to finish out of the like 25 that there are.
do a better job than Linkara.
That's that's true. I gotta, and I left the bad ones for last, unfortunately, because I don't know how to space things out. I kind of like tried to start Samurai early, and then I just didn't finish it. So I have to I have to do Samurai and
Is
Megaforce.
this fucking random? Is that the Samurai? Is that the one with the Power Ranger actor that went to jail for killing someone, or is that a different series?
It was that was so. It is also a different series.
Okay.
The guy actually played 2 very prominent roles in the franchise. He played one of the main villains in Power Ranger Samurai, and 10 years before that, he played the Red Ranger in Power
Oh
Rangers
shit.
Wild Force. And yeah, he killed his roommate. In maybe self-defense. I'm still unclear on what happened there. I feel like I hear varying reports.
I mean, I don't want to like.
Yeah, I don't want to make
Yeah,
any definitive statements
because
as
like
to whether Ricardo Medina is a malicious murderer. The story I think I've mostly heard is that it was some sort of he was being attacked by his roommate in some sort of drunken physical conflict, and he, in response, in retaliation,
unsheaths his
stabbed him with
sword.
his sword.
Funny to have
But
a sword just
anyway,
convenient. Yeah, it's like.
enough about Power Rangers. I'm sure I'll do some big podcast once I finish literally every episode. Or maybe I'll write a video of some sort. That'd be crazy if I actually wrote a video for once in my fucking life. It's been a minute. Every time I do it, it's great, but I can never finish one. It's such a rare event when I actually see a script through.
Oh, making videos. I haven't made videos in a long time. I usually just make crazy films rather than writing a script. The scripts just piss me off.
Yeah, it's just hard. It's a hard process. I like how they come out always because I get to actually like write jokes and like perform. Like I'm not having to think as I go, so it makes it easier to like be funny because I get to think beforehand and then just relay it. And every time I do it, I'm like super proud of it. Like I go back and I watch my scripted videos a lot because like I'm proud of them as pieces of content. But I'll start a script and I'll have a good strong like half a script, but then I just can't finish it. I can't figure out what the other half is. And then it just sits in my Google Docs forever.
I do that a bit. Ugh.
But anyway, now that we're 15 minutes into the podcast
Right,
about the
right.
wrestler, let's go ahead and talk about the wrestler. I never get to talk to Harry Otter. We're doing like the 3 years of catching
Yeah,
up. That's how often we talk.
I'm still around. I haven't left yet. I think.
Not yet. Well, we'll see if it drives them. I feel like you've gotten close a couple times in recent memory.
Uh, I had to put myself in the only Riley verse characters that I enjoy.
Because Brad kept fucking with you in the Discord. And you thought it was me.
Yeah, that was for the longest. That's I thought you changed my title for the longest. Like, what the fuck?
I would never. But
Oh,
folks, time to talk about the wrestler now. Harry Otter. I usually put this on the guest or the co-host because I'm bad at doing it, even though they're usually worse at doing it. But that's okay because then the onus isn't on me anymore. So we do this show, assuming each listener falls into one of two categories. They have A, seen the movie, or B, do not care to see the movie and just would like to hear a podcast. So for column B, give just like a quick, dirty, like one paragraph overview of what this movie is.
Yeah, it's kind of if you've ever seen Darren Aronofsky's, I don't know how to say his last fucking name, but like Requiem for a Dream or Pi or Noah. He made a movie called The Wrestler, and it's just about an aging wrestler named Randy the Ram Robinson, and he's basically just struggling, trying to find fame as like an aging wrestler. From what I guess is in the mid 2000s, because they mentioned Call of Duty 4 in it, and it's just about like his declining health and just his broken relationships that he's had throughout life, and he's just trying to find meaning in his life, and he's just kind of stuck. He lives in a fucking trailer, and he's asking the next door neighbors to play ancient Nintendo games.
Yeah, to play fucking Randy the Ram wrestling spectacular for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Just totally owning the kid and expecting him to be impressed, I guess.
I mean, like, I feel like if I was a kid, I guess it's like if you were a kid and like Call of Duty was out, but then like Mike Tyson invited you into his house and showed you Mike Tyson's Punch Out, would you be impressed because he was in a video game, or would you not be impressed because it was old?
Uh, the kid didn't seem impressed. Yeah, that's a good question. I'd Mike Tyson were to invite a kid, and that'd be fucking hilarious.
First of all, Mike Tyson might be looked at with some prying eyes, but second of all, would the kid be impressed by Mike
Right.
Tyson's Punch Out?
I think that's why they're kind of trying to joke at that they want Mike Tyson in Tekken at some point, in a future Tekken at some point. So maybe he needs to be in a updated uh modern game to
That
be
would be
taken seriously.
so fun. If fucking Mike Tyson was in Tekken, that would be so
And
funny.
and they want to be the young version, the actual like dangerous one, not the goofy Jake Paul or shit. Was
Yeah,
it
not
which
the one who got his ass kicked by Jake Paul,
right?
which everybody knew was going to happen. But I guess it was rigged, though, is now the narrative.
Yeah, it was a lot of boxing's rigged.
I mean, you're probably right. That's fair.
I mean, sports in general. If you just look at a lot of different sport, like professional sports, it's never a fair game. It seems like that's why I'm just not into sports that much, except fake performing sports like wrestling.
Yeah, except sports that are actually just like a narrative somebody's telling and is pretending is a sport.
Right.
But yeah, okay. So yeah, it's a washed up wrestler kind of dealing with broken relationships in his life. It's very much a character piece. I feel like we talk about a lot of character pieces on this show. But this is a pretty good one. I'll say that.
Oh, what was the last? This probably wasn't the last one you did. It wasn't Old Boy, was it? Was that? Would you say
Was
that was a character piece?
Old Boy was kind of a character piece. I feel like that was a character piece. Obviously, it was a like shock film. But like character piece in so that like the side characters are significantly less important than the main one. That's how I kind of define a character piece where it's like, okay, this movie is about this guy. And like there are other guys in it, but like they're not important at all. Whereas in some movies, there will be a few important characters. Then there are
Right,
the
right.
the character pieces where it's basically about a guy.
Did any of the wrestling scenes, like the ECW or the extreme wrestling scene, was that like shocking or anything?
It was
Visceral.
it was interesting, pretty visceral, yeah, in certain scenes. I was wondering, I didn't put together, I kind of knew this, about wrestlers previously, but I didn't think about it. So like I got thrown off when he was like putting the razor blade in his wraps secretly. I was like, is he pissed? Is this his Elliot Rodger moment? Is he gonna cut this guy?
He's just secretly
Is
plotting.
he gonna fucking fillet this guy on stage? Is that how this movie's gonna go?
Oh yeah,
Uh
no, yeah, they always have like shit like that in all kinds of wrestling where they're gonna do some like have fake blood and they're gonna cut themselves before even getting hit.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I was like, what's he doing with that razor blade? This is a very sudden character turn if he's about to kill this dude in the ring.
I don't know why I loved it so much, but I love the crowd. They're all like saying, "You're so gay, you're so
I
gay."
don't think that's what they were saying, but that's pretty funny. I think it's "You're so dead" might have been what they were
Oh,
saying.
probably.
You're so dead. You're so dead. And then I think it was "fuck you," whatever the guy's
Yeah.
name was that one time. And then of course, what the fuck was the name of the move that they kept yelling?
Oh shit.
Do we really sit to how many times do we see him do that move? It's not zero, but I feel like it might be one.
When he does it off the top turnbuckle, or when he?
I don't know. I don't know how to describe the move, but it's the move has a name. They're always asking him to do it.
Oh shit. I know his signature move is like the ram or some shit because he's on the
The
bro.
Ram something. It's the
Uh,
Ram. The
because he does his
Ram.
signature move is like similar to a flying head butt off the turnbuckle. I don't know
Like
if that's the one you mean.
every time he comes in the field, they're yelling this, and that's also
Uh,
the name of his special move. Is it Ram Rush? No, it can't be Ram Rush. That would be gay.
ram rush. Oh, that sounds like a fighting game move.
Yeah, whatever it is, fighting game
The
move.
ram
Speaking of
jam or
fighting game
something.
moves, have you seen the new Super Sentai? I feel like you would fuck with it.
Oh shit! Like the new
It's
series.
yeah,
I haven't kept up with Super Sentai. Does this
yeah.
look really awesome?
They got a new one that came out called Go Jujer. You should look into it. It's pretty cool.
Oh,
And they do like these cool finishing moves that look like a fighting game moves.
oh shit! And
So
that's
it's
like on
pretty
the show.
cool.
That's on the show that they do it.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'll have to check it out.
But regardless, so you really like this movie, I'm told. The people are telling me that you're
Oh shit!
very into this film. What's going
I'm
on with
into
that?
Darren Aronofsky's all of his movies. To be honest, I don't know if you've ever seen Requiem for a Dream, but
I
that's
have
one I
not.
really like. If you like all of,
I'm not cultured. I'm bad
uh,
at it. It is off trot. Is that a director?
yeah,
Okay. I only just barely have started to understand like being into a director. That's a new experience for me. I like Edgar Wright. That's a director that I enjoy. It's like
what
the
did Edgar
only
Wright do?
Wes Anderson's pretty good. Those are
Oh,
probably
Edgar
the
Wright did
only
Shaun of the Dead.
two. Those are probably the only two that like I understand their work as a cohesive unit.
Oh, if you're ever interested in if I can pronounce his name, Afronowski, he does my favorites are the wrestler Black Swan, which has Mila Kunis, I think.
Is it Mila? How do you pronounce her
Meg,
name?
what the fuck her name? Meg.
Yeah, Meg, fucking Jackie from that '70s show.
Yeah, Amelia Kunis and Natalie Portman. She's really good in it.
Man, it's crazy how that show just like has been completely unaffected culturally by the fact that one of its stars did like a million rapes.
Oh, 70 show?
Yeah, like the reruns still air just as much. They just did a reboot. Like people, I still see clips. I still see clips of Danny Masterson's character, like in particular highlighted as if it never happened, and like it's just so funny. I mean, I guess I've seen it with other shows, obviously. But I talk about Drake and Josh on this show all the
Jesus.
time, so obviously it's not unprecedented.
Yeah.
But it's just I've been noticing it lately, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's weird that I'm seeing so many Hyde and Jackie romance compilations. You'd think you would want to bury those deep. Any sort of romance compilations involving this guy.
No, that's really fucking funny. And he went to like 30 years in prison, I think, or life.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be in there for a long fucking time at the very least. I think it was like 30 to life or whatever. And apparently his brother is mostly unfazed. That's funny. He's gonna be in the Malcolm in the Middle reboot.
Oh shit.
Man, that's crazy that that's coming out. I'm interested to see if that one's good.
Oh, the next Malcolm reboot that's coming out.
Yeah,
I saw
have you
some
seen Malcolm in the Middle? Are you a
yeah,
Malcolm head?
yeah. I was like big into the first few seasons. I saw a bit of like the last, but I was into it. I was into it. I didn't hate it or anything. I heard about the reboot. I saw an article about it. I wasn't sure who was all coming back.
Everybody except for Dewey's getting recast. Everybody else is the same. I guess the kid who played Dewey is like not an actor anymore.
Oh yeah, sometimes they just want to leave acting forever, and that's
Yeah.
like the kid that played Charlie in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. He just did that movie and he just left acting forever.
Oh yeah, I think I did hear about that. But regardless, so what draws you to this film in particular besides
So
the
seeing,
appreciation for the director? Why
I
why
think
was it this one? Why was it this one in particular that you recommended to me rather than Requiem to a Dream or Black Swan or
I feel
whatever the
like Red
fuck?
Room for a Dream would be kind of preachy because it's about heroin addict, well, drugs in general, and just fucking losing your mind to them. Black Swan, I think it's really good, but it has women in it. I know how much you're dislike women, and
I love
uh,
women, man. That's the thing about me. People think I hate women. It's actually the opposite. Fucking female characters are the only ones I care about, really. Like all my favorite Power Rangers are the girl ones. I'm super into girl power. Like all the comedians I follow are always talking shit about girl power, and that's the only time they lose me. Is I'm like, no, girl power actually kicks ass. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. Maybe that is some sort of inherent like reverse sexism, in some way, where it's just like, no, I love when like there's badass like action girls who kick ass. It's fucking awesome.
oh, you'll probably like I mean, if you like the wrestler, you'll probably like Black Swan a lot more because I think
Is
Natalie
Black
Portman.
Swan is Black Swan the movie about? I assume not. Maybe I'm wrong. Is it the movie about the ice skater who got like injured on purpose by another
No,
person?
you're thinking of I, Tanya. That's
Ah,
the
okay.
biopic of Tanya Harding, which is a really good movie too. I went to see that one in theaters, but Black Swan's about ballet, professional ballet dancers.
Okay, okay.
It's not based on a true story.
But yeah, the wrestling parts of this movie were interesting because I actually, I'm probably a pretty unique perspective watching this movie in that I don't know what wrestling is really. I don't watch wrestling.
I was
This is the
seeing
most
a bit of
wrestling I've ever seen was in this was in this movie.
coincidentally, like I'm glad I picked it since you're talking with Mo about wrestling on another show. Redux mentioned it.
I did have to listen to Mo and Kang drone on about WrestleMania for like an hour. And like I knew the podcast was gonna go that way anyway, so I was like, you know what? Let me like engage and pretend to be interested. And like I'll offer to watch some wrestling for a future show. Like we'll do this, it'll be fine. So yes, I did participate and I acted like I cared in that episode. And like maybe I will be driven to care. I still am willing to watch these pay-per-views if Mo will pick them. If Mo will stop lollygagging and not coming on his own show and give me some fucking wrestling to watch. But I am interested because a lot of people who like the same things I like also like wrestling. So that's the good sign as to whether I will enjoy wrestling.
Oh, I mean, that's a lot of the reason I like this movie because it's a serious look at wrestling, like just the backstageness. I don't know, that's a good word to use, backstageness, but just how it is, um, how it goes on for in his life, and like he's an aging wrestler. He can't function in a normal job even when he wants to. Like the when he fucking spurged out and like fucking cut himself on purpose on the fucking meat cutter because that he was just getting impatient with all the customers.
He needed to make some blood happen. It was just an instinct. He was like, "Oh,
Right?
now's the part of the performance where I start bleeding in some way. I better make that happen."
He's about to cut a promo. You know what that term means, right? When they're cutting a promo and
I
they just
only know what that means because of like gay internet fighting, because people use the same terminology.
because that's what it feels like when you see people just kind of like talk off on the camera and they're
I've
just like
seen
saying,
fucking Ethan Ralph cut promos.
or even like fucking DSP. I see
Yeah,
you probably don't watch him a lot, but I've seen enough of him where he just sounds like a fucking
I've
fake
seen some
wrestler.
clips. I've seen some DSP out there. He didn't do the locale podcast, which it turns out was a good idea.
Yeah, he's an idiot, but he's kind of smart in that like area because I think he kind of sees past
Although, I mean, to
Keemstar's.
be fair, is it a good idea for him, really? Because, like, pride, surely, but, like, how much pride is DSP afforded? And how is the value of that compared to the undebatably thousands upon thousands of dollars he would have made and or still be making with Keemstar?
Right. Either way, he just
So really, yeah, that he is losing in some way, that he's not making these thousands of dollars, but at least he can say he has some sort of artistic integrity for not doing that shit.
I will not work with Keemstar, but I will beg disabled people for money.
God, I'm never gonna get over Locale Live. It's gonna rent free in my head till the day I die. I'm gonna be
I,
screaming. I'm gonna be on the side of the road, schizophrenically screaming about Keemstar
you guys are always
someday.
talking about it. That's silly that you always bring it up. The last thing I saw
I'm
about
gonna
it,
have a sign that says "We'll say Keemstar is a pussy for food." And I'm gonna be sitting there.
last thing I kind of some news from it I saw like Keemstar's dog died on during a
That was
show.
sad. That was unfortunate. I do feel bad about that.
Jesus.
A love between a man and a dog is pure, and like it's beyond anything else about the man. Like regardless of how I feel about the man, losing your dog fucking sucks. So yeah, I did see that clip, and it did make me sad.
The dog didn't die during the show, or did it die like?
It didn't die on screen. You didn't see it die, but it did die in the next room during the
Oh,
show, and they
Jesus.
had to end the
Yeah.
show early because the dog died.
Fuck. They just couldn't let.
Like Boogie is just doing like a dumb call in with a fan,
I was about to say they
and
should just let Boogie take the show, just be the host.
yeah. Like his girlfriend walked into the room and like he was muted, and he walked out of the room, and then just Boogie is hanging out, taking fan calls, just like keeping it going
Oh,
because
that's fun.
he doesn't know what's going on, and then just like in the middle of Boogie talking shit to some dude, Keemstar comes in with tears in his eyes and puts his headset back on and says, "I have to end the show. My dog died."
Jesus. Um, I would have just let Boogie kept going. Boogie just talk to people.
No, I mean, unfortunately, that he would have had to leave his computer streaming, and he
Uh,
probably didn't want to forget to turn it off later.
well, that's why we have AI.
That's true.
But
Regardless, I'm trying to think of more things in particular. What are some
uh,
particular scenes or aspects from the wrestler that you would like to discuss in more detail?
did it make you feel any more appreciative of wrestling after watching it?
I mean, I don't know. I guess I still really don't really get the appeal. at least not on a large scale. Like I could see how wrestling could be intriguing lot. I guess like this movie didn't really showcase the more storyline aspect of it, which would probably help this issue. But it's like I could see like going to a wrestling show live and watching two buff guys shoot staple guns at each other and like yelling and having a good time. But I don't know if I could see myself getting invested in that long term and going out of my way to watch it on a television. It seems like something I would go to live as a novelty, just like if it came up.
I understand. For me, I guess it's I grew up with it, like Mo and Kang. I don't think I enjoy it like to them the where I want to talk about the episodes or comment on them, but I do kind of appreciate the athleticism and like what they put their bodies through. And I wish they had like real health insurance and shit to where they could, perform, because that was a big problem for Randy was he was poor as shit. He was making like 200 $300 a show to put his body through all that to just like fucking die. I guess the ending was kind of ambiguous. You're left to think whether or not he died, but just to kind of look cool in front of a bunch of people he'll never met, I guess.
I don't
And I
know.
just, I
I don't
just,
know how
I
I
feel
feel.
sorry for him. I guess I feel sorry for people like that they're just drawn into that and then they don't get help.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I remember I've actually heard some stuff about that.
Oh yeah,
I
wrestlers
just
died. Lots of wrestlers died early in their lives, really young.
I very recently I heard a clip about this where I guess Nancy Grace did some big special about this. And then like I guess she didn't do it in a good way, so like it
Oh,
pissed a bunch of wrestlers off. And then she went on the Jim Norton and Sam Roberts radio show. And they just like pretty much they were just like kind of casually asking her about some more controversial situations she got into, and she just like immediately went into like super corporate defense mode in like the most like jarring way ever. And they're asking her about this wrestler situation because they had like that guy, the guy who she interviewed on their show, and I guess the guy who she interviewed did not like how it turned out, so he was like really pissed about it. So it was like this whole thing, and then Nancy Grace just like walks off. She can't even face it.
no shit.
Nancy, yeah, I've only ever seen Nancy Grace in the "My Name Is Earl" episode she's in. I've never, I've never seen any real Nancy Grace. I guess she was on TV for like 10 years or whatever. I just completely missed the boat on whatever she was up to.
I want to say she was in like some like random cameos in like a Marvel movie or something. I don't know.
I'm sure she has. She used to. She was a big deal, I'm told.
Or some kind of movie. She was like random cameos of newscasters sometimes, and then
I know she was in "My Name Is Earl." So
I kind of remember the whole thing with her talking about steroid and drug abuse, especially with like the Ultimate Warrior. Do you know anything about the Ultimate Warrior?
yeah, that was what it was about. Was the Ultimate
Okay.
Warrior?
Yeah, he was a shitty wrestler, but he just looked really um aesthetically pleasing. He's just
There
big
you
and strong,
go.
but
That's
all
fair.
people will make fun of him all the time because all he would ever do would be running into the ring, like going against like the ropes, doing a clothesline, and then that's his fucking that's all he does. He just looks good, but that's a big thing with wrestling for me is that a lot of them are just they look good, but they can't wrestle at all. Like Hulk Hogan, he can't wrestle. He has a fucking leg drop. That's a signature move, is a
Can
leg
he
drop.
not? And why do people like him so much?
He just has history. He's been here forever. This is the way he looks. He used to look really.
You know, he looks awesome. He was actually I had a wrestling video game when I was a kid. That was my only other real exposure to wrestling. Is I had a PS1 wrestling game, and I exclusively played as Hulk Hogan because he looked cool and his name was Hulk Hogan.
That's pretty much it. There's a fucking Hulk Hogan store here in Orlando. I haven't been
Hulk
into it
Hogan
yet.
store?
Yeah, it's like a Hulk
What do you
Hogan's
buy at the
shop.
Hulk Hogan store?
Sometimes he shows up. Sometimes he makes like little appearances, but I don't know about lately.
Is he like? Do people like him? I don't. Is he like bad? What was the thing he did? He said the N-word or something.
Yeah, his daughter was dating a black guy, and he called him the N word, and he basically never took it back, and that's been an ongoing. Like even black wrestlers have been telling him, like, if you want to go on to black colleges, like on a tour, I think it was Mark Henry's the wrestler that was telling him this, and like give people a better understanding of why you said these things, then it would all blow over. But he never did that. He never agreed to it or wanted to do it. So he's just yeah.
Now, being racist is cool now. Anthony Cumia is back on
Yeah,
the
basically,
radio. Hulk Hogan can be back in the wrestling. Let's get him
I
back
can
in there.
say the N word all day, brother. No, that's why he got fucking booed on the Netflix WWE thing. If you remember that, because no one likes him at all. They just
I
don't put up with him. It's like fuck.
I didn't hear that he got booed.
Oh yeah, everyone's
I
booing. It
remember
was
he
so
said
funny.
Trumpomania in such a cadence he used to say Hulkamania,
Yeah, he was
and
trying to
that
push.
was something he did recently.
His big thing during the Netflix thing was to push a beer, and everyone was booing so loud you couldn't even hear him. It's so funny, and he was even like surprised about it. He wasn't even expecting it.
That's really funny.
Oh, what I would there's lots of I don't know if Mo is into like showing you old wrestling, but sometimes I go to the channels that show old airings of wrestling. I'll be in the I like being in the chat because everyone's just going nuts in the chat talking
Like
about all the old
how
wrestlers.
old are we talking?
These are fucking early as early as the television that they were televised, like 70s, 80s, into the 90s. It's all over. It's a
You know,
24
80s and
hour channel.
90s seems to be where Mo lives in terms of his most intense wrestling interest.
What's the earliest
Uh,
you remember?
I've like literally never watched wrestling. I
You don't
like
even
know
remember stuff like the Attitude Era or all that shit?
I've heard things like over the years, and I've heard like I have like cursory knowledge of like some names of guys because there's a Power Rangers podcast I listen to that is like they're both super into wrestling, so they talk about it constantly. So that's like the only way by which I've obtained wrestling knowledge. Like I know there's a guy named Chris Jericho. They've talked about that guy enough that I know him. That's a guy.
uh,
His name's Chris Jericho. And I just like have random pieces of knowledge that I've carried with me.
what's the thing that probably like, intrigues you about it the most? Would you say that keeps you like interested, even though it seems like you're not that interested?
I mean, I guess I'm just interested on like what like people see in it. That's the thing is like it's just so many people whose interests I seem to generally vibe with really like wrestling. And it's like, okay, so by the transitive property, you would assume that I like wrestling too. But like it just seems so gay. So I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was hypocritical mode to like make fun of, call you a nerd for liking Power Rangers, and he loves wrestling. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said to him on fucking Twitter. He's replying to me, calling me like a nerd or whatever. I'm like, you better fucking watch it over here with your wrestling tweets. Watch who you're calling fucking stupid and gay. But also, I will say an interesting point to make about this movie. I didn't think the movie that was recommended to me by a gay man was gonna be some of the spiciest scenes I've ever
Oh
seen.
shit! All those fucking strip club scenes.
Oh, Marissa Tomei, my lord.
Yeah, she gets pretty raunchy, and she receives
And
some disrespect. Some of the people there didn't give a shit about her, and that pissed me off.
she does get some disrespect. And the main character has to step in and rescue her. Nowhere near as hot as Marissa Tomei as the girl that he fucks in the bathroom after doing cocaine.
That makes him
Makes him
where.
miss dinner with his daughter. Yeah,
Oh, that sucked. I think the
yeah.
daughter overreacted, but at the same time,
A little, like, I get it. I have a somewhat absent parent, so like I understand these feelings that she's going through. Like when she was breaking down, I have had similar thoughts before. So like I did relate to the character pretty strongly.
Yeah.
But like the thing is, like, not to get morbid, but but like when I get upset that my dad shows up, he
Oh
doesn't
shit.
show up, or that my dad doesn't show up. He doesn't show up the next day. If he did, it would be less upsetting. So it's like I get it that he missed this particular thing, but like he's back the next day. He's like, shit, I blacked out. Sorry, I'm here though. Like I understand being a little upset, but like being like fuck you, I never want to see or hear from you ever again is a bit overselling it.
After doing that nice, being so nice and taking her to the fucking old place that she didn't even
After
remember.
they had this like a beautiful bonding experience that was like so genuine, like that doesn't take that away. Like that did happen. Like I'm sorry
Right.
he fucked up and he didn't show up for dinner, but like give the boy a chance. You obviously enjoy his company.
Right. It's obvious so many other people like him. He doesn't seem like an asshole wrestler or anything in the
No,
ring.
that's why the girl comes off as like such a bad guy, even though her feelings are so like valid. It's because it's just like, hey, it's the Ram. The Ram's your dad. How are you not into the fact that the Ram is your dad? Come on. I wonder who her mom is. Did they say she
Oh,
like
shit.
died? I have to assume they did. I
Uh,
forget if they did and how they said she died if they did.
I don't think they really mentioned her, just that he was just not around a lot. He said he kept trying to forget her.
I was really surprised at the end when he decided to go on anyway, even though the girl was pulling him away. I guess I thought about that. I'm like, would I? What if I was about to go on the radio and it was gonna kill me?
No, Shitome
and
actually
and
tells you not
and
to.
and my dream girl says we can run away together. I just have to not go out there. I don't know.
Your
The
last
dream,
podcast,
the dream
take your
might be
life.
more important. Yeah, I don't know. I got a life-saving throat surgery, and then they were like, Riley, you can't do a podcast; it'll kill you. And I tried to retire, but I had to do it.
Would you say you like the ending?
Oh yeah, I was gonna go into that. It's one
Do
of
you like it? Do you
those.
like ambiguous endings?
Yeah. It's like one of those artsy endings. Yeah, ambiguous is what you'd call it, where it's just like, ooh, what
What
do
do you
you
think?
think happened? And it's like, I guess I get why they do it, but like it almost never works. Like it's not like a bad thing. I'm not like I can't fucking believe they've done this, but I'm also not like I would rather know.
Yeah,
Like I would rather know whether he died or not. Like I don't care that I don't know. Like it doesn't upset me. It doesn't really lower the score of the film. But I would rather know if given the choice.
it would make me super depressed to think that he died. Marissa Tomei didn't even fucking try to see if he would be okay after the match, and that would be a really downer ending for me. I like to think he lived, or just had another bad heart attack, and then he had to stop
At
for good.
least we learned the valuable lesson. Wait for the hot one. Don't fuck the mid one
Right.
on cocaine in the bathroom.
That makes you RP as a fireman.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
Yeah. When I rewatched it, I told him I noticed that this watch. Like, wait, I never really realized she made him dress as a fireman.
This also might be like the like most graphic sex scene I've ever seen in a film. Like
Oh shit.
I don't really watch films, so like I'm sure there are plenty more with plenty more graphic sex scenes. But like I guess maybe Old Boy might have had a comparably graphic sex scene. But like it was just so like raunchy. Like I feel like most movies I've seen that have
Oh,
sex scenes are very like in the bed. There's a lot of sheets involved. Very classy sex scenes.
that's
Whereas in this film, it's this chick getting railed on the bathroom sink.
that's almost a trope in Darren Aronofsky films, is having these really intense virtual sex scenes. So I would suggest I would give a warning to Requiem for a Dream because there's a really crazy orgy that happens, and Black Swan, nothing that bad, but just lesbian stuff.
That's hot. I want to watch the. Have you seen the lesbian Zendaya tennis movie?
Oh, what was it called?
I don't know what it's called, but I know that Zendaya did a movie. Is it Zendaya or
Oh,
Zendaya?
Zendaya. 'Cause I saw that
Zendaya.
trailer
Uh,
so many fucking times.
yeah, Zendaya did a movie where it's tennis and then she's a lesbian. I've
Oh,
heard about this. I'm interested.
lesbians always sells.
True. And Zendaya always sells, obviously. That's why she's in every movie. That's why she's in Shrek 5.
And Zendaya.
Zendaya.
I don't think I ever heard of her before that fucking trailer, but I'm an old fucking idiot.
Wait, you would never heard of Zendaya until the
I don't
Shrek
think so.
5 trailer?
I don't think so. Unless I have, and I just don't remember.
You never heard about like Dune
I still
or
haven't
like
watched the new Dune. I
Spider-Man Homecoming?
I never finished that. I fell asleep. My husband knew her. He's a stylist though, so he knows a lot of like more pop culture stuff than me. But he knows who she is.
I've been with Zendaya for the long haul. I was watching her fucking Disney Channel sitcom when I
Oh
was
shit!
13. She had a Disney Channel sitcom with Bella Thorne called Shake It Off or Shake It Up. No, yeah, Shake It Off is the Taylor Swift song. Shake It Up is the Disney Channel show. And what was weird is like Zendaya was still doing a Disney Channel show like as her film career exploded. Like not that Disney Channel show, but then she started doing this other Disney Channel show called Casey Undercover, where she's a spy. That's the premise. And it was weird because it was like a high school show, but like she was already on a high school show, so like everybody knows logically that the actress is like 20
Oh shit!
because she already did a show where she was in high school. And they just did this show for 4 seasons, and she was like an adult acting in blockbuster films. And then she was playing a teenage girl in Disney Channel's Casey Undercover.
It seems like her career has really exploded. Like I don't even
Yes.
remember much from this, but I wasn't really into it when I guess when
It
you
was
were
a
watching
sudden
it.
explosion. She was still doing her fucking dumb Disney Channel spy show, and then suddenly she's on Spider-Man and Dune.
Oh, I still need to get Dune.
But regardless, what else about the wrestler?
I think I was gonna mention something, but I think I forgot. I was gonna ask like what we already mentioned it, but what how did what did you think when the kid was like, Call of Duty 4 exists? Like he was trying to like um tell Randy that like this game is old and like there's modern games that exist and it's fun.
It is funny how it's like almost a like, okay, grandpa, we need to get you to bed situation where it's like he doesn't want to be mean about it, but like he doesn't want to be here playing these old man games. So he has to be like, okay, Grandpa Ram, like I gotta go.
Do you think more old people should play modern games?
I mean, a lot of them do now, so
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
true.
it's not really an issue anymore. Gaming has kind of transcended demographic now.
I remember my mom trying to play like this old NES baseball game, and she was just struggling to play that, and I just felt embarrassed for her. This was
You
when I was
know,
really young.
the only games that my parental figures have gotten into over the years are Wii, but not even Wii Sports, Wii Bowling specifically.
Oh, nice.
So, so we just play Wii bowling. That was our bonding activity in the household back in the day. So we play some good old Wii bowling.
I know my dad doesn't like them. He tries to blame them for how like I turned out.
Those darn video games.
Yeah, because I'd be in my room just playing them all day, just like Resident Evil or Final Fantasy. I didn't want to go outside. God damn it!
I just wish I could do that again. I've lost my gaming addiction and I want it back.
I'm in an unemployed mode, so that's why I'm playing so much.
Even whether I'm employed or not, I find myself more just like I'll either watch YouTube and Netflix. If I'm lucky, I'll at least spend the time watching like YouTube and Netflix, actually good content. If I'm not lucky, more likely now I will just scroll through YouTube short slop for several hours at a time because I've caught the disease that all the Zoomers have caught. It's finally caught up to me.
I get caught in it sometimes. Sometimes I'll just be going through shorts for way too long.
I'm at least like I'm off. I was on TikTok for a while, and I think I realized no, I'm getting too deep into the Zoomer pain. I at least need to switch to YouTube Shorts, so I don't
TikTok's
have to
getting.
open TikTok.
I'm not gonna try to make this episode too raunchy, but my husband was showing me. He's on TikTok, but he only like watches stuff, and he was showing me these videos of there people are like fucking fapping it, but they have like all these kittens and shit, like all these. It's a filter, and it's covering it, but it's on fucking TikTok, and it's like, why is this even
And
on?
so
Why is this
so it's
allowed?
like it's just like a guy, and there's like cartoon kittens, but like
Yeah,
obviously
it's
under
covering
the
everything.
cartoon kittens, he's
Yeah,
jacking off.
very
That's the
obviously.
video.
You can hear the sound and everything. The sound's all the fucking there, but like the kittens are covering it. They're masking the fucking
That's
wrong.
weird.
Yeah, TikTok's so weird.
Very strange indeed.
I mean, YouTube has some weird shit too. At posted like AI shit or things people get to monetize and fucking make money off of. Like I'll run into AI cat videos sometimes when I'm going through the shorts, and it pisses me off.
I do. I'll get lost in those fucking like dumb, stupid like AI tech story videos. Like it's all garbage slop that I should not be invested in, but it just like I get involved, and then a lot of them end with a like go here for part two, and that's not real. That's a lie they're telling. So so it's just like no. Now I'll never know what the guy's villain arc was. The that he was that was the video is that is he was gonna go on his villain arc. I'll never know what that entails. Truly a fucking tragedy. Look, so some of this YouTube short slop, man. I've been watching. I guess like it's rude to call this slop because it is just like a human being putting in effort, and I am enjoying it, but it feels like I shouldn't be enjoying it. And it's just this like white woman who I have to assume is in like her 20s or 30s. And it's just like she's doing sketches about her toxic mother-in-law, but there's no other actors. It's just her in different costumes for every character.
Oh, and you just get addicted to videos like that, or
Yes. I have to know what the toxic mother-in-law is
uh,
going to try to do next.
I've been addicted to this like little British kid that's in like Korea, and he just shops at these Korean places, and they always have like. I'm just amazed at how much cheaper their food is over there compared to us, and he's just like buying loads of food for under like $10 most of the time, and he's
Nice.
eating like. And I don't know, I'm just kind of jealous because they have like it's like the food you would see in like animes, and them just eating all day, and we don't get any of that at our convenience store. We get fucking just nasty stale pizza
Trash.
and shit.
Yeah. Garbage. Well, I mean, like the 7-Eleven mini tacos are nothing to sneeze at, okay? High quality gas station snack. The thing about gas station food is it's like, I don't know if it's the novelty, because like it's not better than regular food from like a regular place, obviously. but something about it just like hits different when you get it. You're like, hell yeah. And a nice gas station mini tacos or like a sausage from the gas station. Like, fuck yeah, this is the most delicious greasy slop I've ever consumed.
I don't mind it when it's from like a place like I don't know if any Wawas around you, but I like going to Wawa and ordering like their food because they
Oh,
make
I
some
love
good like
Wawa,
hamburgers.
man. The first I lived on for like
Oh
months.
shit.
I would get here's my weirdo order, okay? So I get the chicken biscuit, which is like technically a breakfast item. And usually people will get the chicken biscuit and like, yeah, it's a breakfast item. You throw like some honey on there. What I did instead is I turned it into a more lunch item, and I just like biscuit as bread. It's just the best kind of bread. So I got the chicken biscuit, and I put like some hot sauce and some mustard on there and some peppers.
Oh
That
nice.
that was my shit, dog. And I get the smoothies. The Wawa smoothies, dog, very good. What they did do though is they used to have like it's not boba because it's not like pudding, but it's like these little fruit bubbles that are similar to boba in function. And they had those at Wawa for a while, and they would put them in your smoothie if you asked for them, and they got rid of them, and I
Oh
was
shit, that
upset.
sucks. I get those I forget if they're called like recharger drinks. They're like there's one like called the Galaxy, but they're just all these like random kind of energy drinks that they will mix for you. But I like those and I love the hamburgers a lot. Their burgers taste really good.
I haven't had the burgers. I'll have to try the burgers.
Oh yeah, the burgers are a little new. They've only been around for like probably 1 or 2 years.
I'm starting to become more picky about burgers. I'm reaching a point in life where I'm like, you know what? If I'm gonna have a burger, I want it to be a good burger. You know, I'm a big burger fan, and I think I'm starting to just I'm over subpar burgers now. Like I had the Arby's burger. Uh, the guillotines are required to solve that situation because somebody needs to receive punishment for selling those burgers to people.
Oh shit, you don't dig the Arby's burgers?
Dude, I got sick. I got like violently
Oh
ill.
fuck! Oh my god!
And
I,
the burger like sucked. Sometimes the food is good and then you get violently ill. Like that time, there's an episode of the Detour Head podcast that's called Riley Almost Dies Because of Taco Bell.
oh
At
fuck!
least when I almost died because of Taco Bell, the Taco Bell was good, at least. It tasted good. Whereas the Arby's burger was like the worst fast food burger I've ever had, and it made me ill.
Oh jeez! I always hear kind of shit about Arby's having food that makes you sick.
Not just the burgers though. Everything
Okay,
else at Arby's great. I've been going to Arby's my whole life. They never had burgers before. All the other stuff still good. Beef and cheddar, one of the best fast food sandwiches there is. But not the burgers. The burgers are bad.
I'd say
Now I
probably one of the
want
best
now I
places
want a
would be.
beef and cheddar.
Oh shit! I think one of the best places would be like Red Robin or like Chili's.
Chili's I go to all the time. Big fan of Chili's. They keep fucking around with the menu though at Chili's,
Oh
as it
shit! Yeah.
turns out. I'm a Chili's regular, and I used to get the big bacon barbecue burger, and they took it away cruelly and unjustly. They ripped it away from me. And more recently, my friend. So it used to be we would go to Chili's, and we always had the same order. I would get the big bacon barbecue burger, and he would get the steak bacon ranch quesadillas. And I got fucked out of the big bacon barbecue burger months ago, and I'm just like, now I usually get wings. Like sometimes I'll get a different burger, or I'll like try something new, but mostly I just get wings now. And it's like, oh, I miss my burger. But recently they apparently also got rid of the steak bacon ranch quesadillas, so that's
Oh shit!
so now he has to feel my pain. And by that I mean we're probably just gonna go to a different restaurant now.
I don't know why they have to fuck with the menu like that.
They're monsters over there. All right. Any other points you want to hit about the wrestler before we do our wrap up questions?
Um, Only other thing I could really think of and touch on is like the music, like how Randy's into all this like dinosaur rock and calling fucking Kurt Cobain a goddamn pussy.
I'll say, yeah, I was offended. You know, personally, I enjoy '90s culture and '90s music, so I did not appreciate that being singled out so hard.
He ruined
Fucking
rock.
Randy the Ram, you piece of shit, you old man, you boomer fuck, Randy Ram.
Right in the middle of the bar. He ruined everything.
But all right, folks, yeah, pretty good. I'll say like there was a lot of like artsy sort of camera. Like I think one of the things that really cemented this as a character piece is just like the way we kind of follow him into every room. Like it's very like
Oh yeah.
we're following him on this end of his journey.
There's lots of handheld camera shots. That's why it's all.
Yeah, but yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to bring that up because that was one thing I thought of that we hadn't mentioned. But now it's time for our three wrap up questions. Very simple. The first of which, favorite character. And I feel like this is kind of obvious. You know, there were some fun side characters. As much as I want to say Marissa Tomei, because I got to look at her beautiful breasts quite a bit. I'm gonna have to go with Randy the Ram, our hero of the story. I was emotionally invested in his highs and his lows. It seemed like everything was gonna go right for him, and then it came crashing down. They caught me on the roller coaster. They did it, folks. So I'll say Randy the Ram for my favorite character. Do you concur? Do you have a different answer?
I think Marissa Tomei was really good supporting. I don't want to like single her out, but I gotta agree. Randy was just he captured my heart. I could really feel it when he was at the. I don't know why. I just love the scenes inside the grocery store because that just feels like any kind of like job like that, and I could relate to just just being there and like dealing with customers all day. How he was so enthusiastic about it at first, and then like the longer he was in it, he just couldn't take it anymore. And I feel like that's like with me with like lots of other jobs. Like it's just like so exciting, and I'm like all into it, but then it's just like
That's definitely me with my current job. Like, I'm still in a better position than I have been historically, but I definitely have had that phenomenon where I started a new thing recently, and for the first couple of weeks, it's like, yeah, okay, I'm kind of getting into the flow. I'm having a good time. And now I'm at the point where like, okay, now I'm back to the normal feeling that I have, where every time I have to take a phone call, it makes me want to kill myself. And my goal is
you
to
know.
take as least many phone calls as possible the day. But like they're still not as bad as they were before. I'm still glad I'm in this new thing, but it's just yeah, the malaise has returned.
That's not good. If you work out for it, that's fine. I could like when I got like a remote job to do IT like some customer support for like fucking DSL modems. I couldn't take it after a week. The people were too mean.
Yeah, that's the problem you're gonna run into on pretty much any job. You have to deal with people for any reason, regardless of whether that reason is positive or negative. Um, you're gonna deal with a lot of fucked people who refuse to acknowledge that you are also a human being.
And I like that in the movie, just with Randy going from back and forth between, in the ring it's a totally different world from the real world.
And then there's that bitch with the potato salad.
Oh my god. A little less, a little more.
It's less, it's more.
Fucking eats it.
Fucking pick, lady, Jesus.
But yeah, I would definitely say Randy's my favorite character.
That's fair. And now we gotta go for favorite scene. Which favorite scene? Trying to think. It's kind of difficult to nail a particular thing down. I guess him like hanging out with his daughter. Like that was fun and wholesome, and
Yeah,
it,
that felt like a feel good scene.
it was good, feel good scene, and a good precipice to what would eventually be his downfall. Oh yeah, like I'll go ahead and give it to that. What about you? Favorite scene?
Favorite scene, um, runner up would be the whole ECW extreme wrestling scene just because it was just so crazy and it just led to him having the heart attack. I thought,
Yeah, the fucking staples and shit. Like that was crazy.
yeah. But my favorite scene I think would probably be during the when he makes it to the signing and you're just seeing all the other older wrestlers just fucking sitting in the goddamn like auditorium like alone. Like it just really made me feel sorry for like I always feel sorry for wrestlers like that. And just seeing all the different wrestlers just sitting there, just waiting around for just anyone to come in and just get a fucking VHS tape signed. It was really depressing, but that was probably my favorite scene too.
That's fair. Now we gotta rate it out of 10. Uh, you see, extremely good, excellent, even. It's one of those things. I feel like we had this with a, a other movie we did recently, or maybe it was another thing we reviewed on another show. But it's like I can't really name anything wrong with it, but it's just like it's missing like the final ingredient to make it like something that's my like perfect film. It's just like it's not anything it could ever hope to achieve. It's just kind of an X factor that some
Right.
films have and some films don't. So that said, this is a excellent chef's kiss character piece. I would watch it again. Very well engaged, but it's just not a 10 out of 10 because it doesn't have that X factor. I'm gonna go ahead and give this film a 9 out of 10. What about you?
Oh shit. Um, I was going to ask you something real quick. What would you say bored you about the movie, if anything? If anything really bored you at all, would you say?
I mean, I can't like name something in particular that I was like, wrap it up, Jack. But like there was definitely like parts where it meandered more than other, but mostly towards the beginning. Like we were supposed to record this a few nights ago, and I kind of like what turned into I might be like 10 minutes late turned into me being like an hour and a half late, and then we didn't do it. Because like the first 35 minutes of the film took me like 2 hours to watch. But then it kind of picked up.
That's all good. Um, if I were before we hear your score, I was surprised you gave it a 9. I'd be the same. I'd give it a 9 too. I wouldn't say it's a perfect film. I think out of all of his movies, I like Requiem for a Dream and Black Swan a lot more. But I think the characters are really strong. Mickey Rourke actually, he was nominated. Him and Marissa Tomei were nominated for Oscars. They didn't win, but um, I think that's the best. The characters are just really strong. Mickey
Where
Rourke
do I
and
know him? Is he a wrestler in real life, or like what has he done?
Mickey
Who
Rourke.
is Mickey Rourke?
He's he's in Iron Man 2. He's the villain.
That's what I know him from. I saw Iron Man 2 like really recently. That's what I
Yeah,
recall him from.
and I forget who he played in Sin City, but he was in that too, I believe.
Iron Man 2 was interesting. I got to pick up my MCU watch. I think like I hit a movie that I had seen already and I just like didn't want to watch it again. But I have autism, so I won't skip it. I watched everything in Phase 1 up to Avengers, which I had never seen any of the Phase 1 movies except for Avengers. So I saw all the pre-Avengers stuff for the first time. Captain America, the first Avenger, was the highlight out of all of them. I don't know if that's a hot take. I don't know if people like Iron Man more, but like out of the Phase 1 movies that are not Avengers, Captain America, the first Avenger, walks away with it easy, in my opinion.
I remember seeing that in the theaters, and I liked it. I think I might have to. I think I really enjoyed Iron Man 1. I'd probably have to rewatch both of them to give a honest opinion on which was better. But I could see
Iron
that.
Man 1 was good. I feel like I might even prefer Iron Man 2. Iron Man, they're both like again, they're both kind of character PC. Like they're very like about Tony Stark and like what makes him tick. And I do enjoy that stuff, but just like I'm a sucker, I'm a sucker for the hero. the real hero type, the like if not me then who, despite the fact that I'm a scrawny little freak and what am I gonna do? Like just like this duty bound sort of character who just like above else cares for others above himself, and like it's very good. Captain America: The First Avenger is a very good movie, guys. I don't know if you knew that. Hot news from 2008, I think, maybe 2010, something like that.
Yeah, it's that first phase feels like it was so long ago.
Yeah, because it fucking was. But folks, wait, what did you give the wrestler? Did you
I
say
I was a copycat, 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10? All right,
Only on
fair enough.
IGN.
IGN, too much wrestler.
And
But
yeah, I don't know. I thought I was gonna say something else, but Mickey Rourke forever, or until he
Mickey
stops making
work
movies.
forever.
Actually, he was actually in a he was supposed to be in this British TV show, like reality show, but he left because they were like saying things that were like too much for him. I think I don't remember the whole story.
Maybe we'll start Pod Rourke, like Pod Cranston. I still someday as like a meme want to do some Pod Cranston.
Oh shit!
But all right, folks. I think that's gonna do it for this episode of Issue Crew Movie Reviews. The 41st episode.
41st.
What an interesting number, 41. I can't think of anything that correlates to that would subject some sort of comedy at this moment. So I just won't even try because such a thing, of course, such a correlation does not exist. So I thank you for listening to the 41st episode of Issue Crew Movie Reviews. Harry Otter, where can our listeners find you?
You can find me streaming constantly at twitch.tv/Harry_Otter_. All the time, maybe.
Every day, forever,
Thank you for
24/7.
thank you for having me and my crazy self.
Of course, I didn't know what to expect. You've been so erratic lately, but this was a nice, pleasant talk about the wrestler. And now my ears are being destroyed by duck sounds that nobody can hear.
Oh, dang it. I
It's
forgot you said that.
unfortunate, I know, yeah. But yeah, folks, go find him. You can find me, linktr.ee/Riely Cinematic Universe. That's Riely Cinematic Universe. Lots of projects, lots of YouTube channels. Big Guy, Little Guy is going to be fucking daily pretty soon. So just get ready to be
Yo!
up to your fucking ears in Riley content.
I just
Daily
saw
Let's
an
Plays on Big
episode,
Guy, Little Guy.
I just saw an episode in my feed earlier.
Yeah, we got a couple more weeks where we're gonna do 3 a week, which is our previous schedule, and then we'll be shifting to daily uploads. It's an exciting new era. We've never done it before. We've done Monday through Friday daily uploads on that channel before, but we've never done full daily until now. So it's very exciting.
Unlimited content.
Unlimited content. That's the thing that's so cool about like Let's Play is like, and people always now fucking Redox complains in my comments because they're too short. But to me, that's the beauty of the medium. Is like it's this fun like sort of shortish form comedy thing where it's like it's short form, but you record it long form, and then it's released on like a consistent schedule, and it's just like a fun little bit of content everybody can enjoy every day. And it's
Yeah.
like, and it's like for me, it's like 3 hours on a Saturday. And for everybody else, it's like 20 fun minutes of comedy every day, and it's good. And fuck you, Redox, for saying it's not long enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all my stuff. Go there, check it out. Thank you for listening to Ishiku Movie Reviews. See you next time, folks.
Later.